Alright guys, so earlier this morning, grinding about 2 hours during the live stream, I was able to reach top 500 inside of the arena as well as hit that Grandmaster 3 inside a pure vanilla server. And in this video, I want to go over the 4 teams that I've used, and pretty much all of them are going to be in a video, guys. I've actually went over them, but in this video, I'm going to be going over it all super quickly. 4 of the teams that I've used, but just keep in mind right now, the arena, the rankers are calling it in chaos because of the fact that there's just so many different teams that counter each other, as well as so many variations of those teams. And you really need to choose what you guys have and what you guys are able to build. And you need to know which team counters which teams, because without it, it is going to be very, very hard to have a really high win percentage. Anyways, guys, let's go over it real quick. This is going to be the first team. I've shared this team as well, once again, on the vampire team here, guys, where the vampire has returned. And you guys can see the toppings are going to be 5 of the solid almond for our hollowberry here. There may be slight variations between the toppings because I've switched around between some of the teams as well as the event. But you can see right here, the focus is going to be the damage resist, and the higher the cooldown, around 7 to 8%, will definitely be helpful. And then wildberry is going to be with the 5 solid almond damage resist as well as attack speed focus here. Moonlight is going to be using 5 of the swift chocolate here with the damage resist focus here, as well as around 20 to 22% cooldown. The outcome of the battle really will depend on when Moonlight is going to use her skill. Is she going to be able to dodge the enemies, or is she going to be able to take advantage of that 1 minute mark as well as the 30-second mark? All right, and then next one is going to be pure vanilla, 5 of the solid almond, the damage resist focus as well as the cooldown around 8%. And then vampire with 5 of the Syrian raspberry, going with damage resist as well as attack and crit. And a bit of cooldown is going to help out anywhere between 0 to 8%. You can even go with the swift chocolate and solid almond and make it around 10%. But it just depends on what you guys are going to have. And also just keep in mind that this team is going to really depend on the enemy Moonlight's skill and things like that as well. Because, you know, Moonlight can dodge vampire skill. Next one is going to be the Crunchy Chip Frost Queen comp that I've shared with you guys, I think around yesterday. This is going to be more of a standardized team. This is a team that I used to counter one-shot comps as well. But there are going to be a bit better ones, like the werewolf comp that I'll share tomorrow with you guys. But you can see this one's still going to be the one where you don't use a scroll. Of course, you can switch out the whistle for the scroll, but this is going to allow Frost Queen as well as Sherbet to stay alive. This is really going to counter any of the whistle comps as well. 5 of the solid almond for hollowberry, exactly the same as the vampire. Crunchy Chip is also using 5 of the solid almond, focusing on the damage resist as well as the attack speed for the fast claw mark. We have 5 of the swift chocolate for sherbet, damage resist as well as the cooldown. And then we have Frost Queen with the full-on damage resist, focusing on HP and defense in order to maximize her survivability. And then we also have pure vanilla with 5 of the solid almond as well, just like the other one, with 8% cooldown and damage resist. And then the third comp that I'm using is going to be the dark cacao comp here, guys. This one is going to be for any of the frost comp that I see, that I know for sure is going to be a frost comp. Any of the comps that are going to be one-shot profit comps as well. All right, and you can see the scroll as well as the feather and the whistle are going to be the treasures. You can find the specifics in my video. I will link all of them down in the description, guys. And then the toppings for Milky Way is going to be 5 of the swift chocolate here, damages as well as cooldown, at least 17.3%. We have dark cacao with 5 of the solid almond, at least 6.3% cooldown, and then focusing on damage resist. We have Captain Caviar with focusing on attack and crit. Cooldown, it doesn't really matter, but the attack speed will be the best subset to have. No real damage resist required. In order for Captain Caviar to be the one to die first and then activate that whistle buff, we have 5 of the Syrian raspberry for Moonlight for this particular build, and it is going to be focusing on the damage resist as well as attack and crit if possible. Just keep in mind, Captain Caviar should be the one to have the whistle buff. And then we have our Black Pearl with 5 of the Syrian raspberry here as well, focusing on damage resist as well as the attack and crit percentage. Alright, this is going to be a one-shot comp. There's variations where they do use squidding instead of Black Pearl as well, but it's just really going to depend on who you have. And then the last comp that I've used is going to be the oyster comp. This has been shared to you guys for quite a while now, but I've used it and it's still being used, and it is still really, really good. Of course, as you guys can see, the healer is going to be BTS instead of pure vanilla because of the limitation restriction. We do have the scroll as well as the jelly watch and the whistle. And 5 of the solid almond once again for hollowberry, 5 of the swift chocolate for moonlight, 5 of the swift chocolate for our black pearl here with damage resist and the cooldown around 20 to 21%. And then we have our Oyster full on solid almond in order to just stay alive and provide that extra crit damage and crit percentage. And BTS with the full Swift Chocolate with at least 24.1% cooldown if possible in order to maximize its heal and the buffs. Alright, so these are going to be all of the comps that I've currently used so far. Of course, there are going to be variations as well as, again, there are going to be comps that are going to start coming out that are going to just allow players to counter each other. But just keep in mind, once again, the arena is in chaos. And you can see we still have 12 days left in the season. So, you know, there's just going to be more and more comps to come out. And I'll try to update you guys as soon as possible. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys found the video helpful. Good luck with the arena. Make sure to check out my specific videos in order to see exactly how the team works, why it works, and also the counters and things like that. But once again, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys all on the next one.